Hey Darshana, I'd like to welcome you to my Assessment 2 Dynamic Data Manipulation. To introduce my dataset, I've chosen an Amazon dataset off Kaggle, and it's over 1,000 different items with reviews, their prices, product names, IDs, etc. And for my goals and outcomes for this, I want to sort of clean that data set in preparation for Assessment 3. And then I will be able to sort of link together significant connections between the items, and sort of see what useful perspectives I can gather from this data. So I'll just quickly skim through all this, but I've imported the pandas and numpty, and then I've brought in the Amazon dataset, which I put in the actual file. And then just a quick information here, so I've got the data shape and some insights into the data frame just to give me an overview. I've started to clean the data straight away. Instantly I wanted to drop a lot of columns out of there, the irrelevant ones. I didn't delete them, I actually just separated them and put them into a new data frame, the ones I wanted to use. Scrolling down, yeah, that's just a sample of it now. And then from there I checked the data types of all my columns, and I realized they were all object data types, so I needed to reformat some of these. And I went through and found which numerical sort of data types I needed to put in here. Some more integers as well, so I found those, and then I reformatted all of those. The coding here is nearly on repeat as I go through here, just some they do change, so some of them are floats and one's an integer, and that just goes through the ratings. And then I run another check here, and it just sort of checks and tells me these are all correct now, what I want them to be. And then just another look at the reformatted data. And one thing I will discuss in here is I discovered that I actually needed to go through and drop these non-numerical characters out of the data before I could convert them. So that was another little trick there. Another thing I discovered too, which really confused me, was after you run these lines of code and it changes the data type of that category or the column, once you delete the code, I found that your data is still changed, even though the code is no longer in the notebook. I thought that stumped me a little, and I found I had to go back through. I had to sort of hard reset in a way and just delete the actual CSV file out of my folder and start afresh. I had some troubles there. I was getting a lot of errors. And then down here I just checked that they were correct. Reformatted the data, and it changed all the pricing over for me, which was good. And then from here I wanted to go and check if there's any null values or missing values. I went through and I found that there were two. I just dropped those nulls, they're gone. And then rechecked again to make sure that they were gone. From here I went through and checked for any duplicates. I found I had quite a few, which was expected, because there's a lot of categories, electronics, homeware, etc. They are all going to clash. So from there, I displayed all that, found that that was a nifty trick, just the print sentence from some of our classes early in the trimester. And then from there I found I needed to target subset categories, so not just we'll be more specific in where I want to find the duplicates, and I wanted them to be in the product names, because I do not want reoccurring products here. I'm okay with the category types, or even if it's the pricing, that's okay, but not there in the product names. So I found this subset piece of coding, which helped me. This is where it targets the column that I would like, and from there I dropped them, and that's probably just a rerun, but I did drop the products, and then here I actually find this shows me where the product is being duplicated with this line of code. And then from here, this is where I drop the actual duplicates out of there, and then I just run another check and bring up that product name again and make sure that it's still kept the first one and hasn't just deleted everything. Yeah, and then from here I've gone down through the outliers. This was helpful here with the Jupyter ChatGPT extension. It sort of helped guide me through this, and yeah, it basically finds them all off the z-score method. It identified them, and then I've just decided, because there was so few, I've just dropped them out of the data as well. And then the unique value, I'd done a search for this as well. I found there was only one, and I played around with this and I wanted to drop it as well because it's only one, but it sort of just kept pushing me back towards the duplicate drop method. And I was playing around with that and I just couldn't find. I've written in here why, or why I couldn't target it, but yeah, so I've decided to leave it for now, just from the time. And then yeah, it just comes down here to my outcome. And it's just a display of my data frame with all my clean data, with all the methodologies and coding that I've just put through there, and then yeah, just a list of the steps that I've used to achieve this in preparation for assessment 3. Okay, thank you for listening.